Hello everybody, it's Sephiroth4 for another episode of Final Fantasy X HD bonus games. In the last episode we started taking on some of the area crate conquest monster fights. So today we're going to finish them off. We took on the first of 2 pages here. So today we are going to take on the Abyss Worm. And the interesting thing is this is actually the 3rd worm enemy in the game. The first one, obviously, is the sandworm that you can find in Beacon Desert, which, surprise, surprise, this is an enemy made after collecting all of the monsters in Beacon. However, there actually is one other worm enemy called the Landworm, which is a rare spawn in that final area right before you get to in Sin, like beyond the point of no return, you know, where you're trying to collect all the little crystal things and you can sometimes fight Varunas and stuff. The Landworm is an exclusive rare enemy to that spot, and since it is exclusive to that spot, is actually the only normal enemy in the game, meaning a non-boss enemy, that cannot go in the monster arena. So there's your fun fact of the day. Anyway, the Abyss Worm has 480,000 health at 12,000 overkill. It drops plus strength weapons, plus defense armor, and stamina tonics, also dark matter obviously. It can swallow your party members, just like it pretty much has a regular sandworm stat. It uses Earthquake. If you summon Valifor when it's using Earthquake, then it won't be able to do much. So we should actually just be able to kill him before he gets to that. If he has 480,000 health. But if he does get ready to use Earthquake, again, use Valifor, and then after he uses Earthquake, you can put him to sleep really easily. Like, it lowers his sleep endurance terribly. And Waka is gone. Apparently there's a glitch also that if he... when he spits at your enemies, sometimes... spits at your enemies. So when he spits at your friends... I don't hate Waka, I promise. When he spits at your friends, they'll sometimes just not reappear until you do an animation that makes like your party members run off the screen or something. Anyway, got 2 stamina tonics there. So yeah, very easy. We didn't even get damage. I'm not gonna bother healing up. So yeah, it's I don't see a point to fighting him unless you really want to get those stamina tonics going. Next up, slightly less easy, you've got the Canary Geist. This is from getting all of the enemies in the Calm Lands. I believe we might have tried fighting him? You know, this is the enemy that's unlocked when we were trying to get Yuna's Nirvana. But anyway, he has 120,000 health. I guess he has the smallest amount because he's technically the first one you can really get. 10,000 overkill. He drops weapons that have elemental strikes like fire, water, thunder, and eater armor. You know, water eater, fire eater, thunder eater. So that's actually really good if you want to farm for that. He will also drop a return sphere, which we have used very much so far. Lets you go return to another spot in the sphere grid. He also doesn't counter you, apparently, so he's about to die. He's immune to all the elements except for Holy. You can use Doom on him if you got Kimari with a with his Overdrive, because it works, and all of his attacks are elemental, so if you just use like Null All or just the Null spells in general, he won't really be able to do much to you. But we could just stab him to death instead. He uses like attacks that mostly hit one character, but some of them hit several. 2 return spheres. That's actually a really great way to farm return spheres. And we got the dual rod there, which sounds like it has 2 elemental hits. Of course, it was on a character that we don't use for smacking or upside the head, but yeah, what a nice strike there. But yeah, easy peasy. No. Next up, Dontonberry, which we have a lot of experience with. Dontonberry ambushed us, okay. Dontonberry has 480,000 health, 10,000 overkill. He drops status inducing, like status striking weapons, status proof armors. We showed that off with the Kate Sith that Lulu had. If you mostly having to do with Death Strike, I want to say. He uses Karma for his counter, which we've experienced before. He is the primary source of AP grinding, and that's about it. He can one-shot any character, mostly. But there's no point in... I don't know. He doesn't really do much else except... what I'm trying to say is he doesn't really do much else except for that. If you want to summon Whitbread... You know what's really fun to do, actually? Not with him. I don't think it works well with him. It works with Katos. But teaching Drain and Double Cast to Anua pretty much makes it so that it won't die. But yeah, we're just gonna attack him a bunch. I'm pretty sure we should be resistant. I'll be able to survive one voodoo. But we'll see. It doesn't automatically kill you. Nope. Okay. It just does a ton of damage. And I wonder if voodoo is also like a version of Karma, because voodoo doesn't kill the Magus sisters. But he doesn't count. Oh, he does count. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we're just gonna do this normal way then. Since he has 480,000 health, it should just take 5, of these attacks. Or dependent on how much damage Tidus does over here. Actually, let's just Grand Summon Mag Sisters. I don't care. I'm gonna Delta attack him, which is not gonna kill him because the Magus Sisters... excuse me. I found the Magus Sisters to not be as good as Withrin. Sorry, guys. But let's combine powers. Let's see how much it does, though. Triforce him. Okay, no, this will kill him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now a 6-1. So it does about 600. I don't know, 550,000, let's say. Whereas Animo's doing 1.5 million. Anima does just a few more attacks, though. Just a few more. Yeah, get far plane winds out of that, and a fairy ring, which the fairy wing actually sounds like it's amazing for Yuna. Oh, we already have one from him. Death proof, and then other proofs. If I didn't have the Phoenix ring, I would definitely keep that on. Anyway, next up, Catableep. Should have put Orban back in the party. This guy is a behemoth-type enemy. Spoiler, surprise. The Catableep you get from... the Dontonberry, by the way, was from getting all the enemies in the Cavern of the Stolen Faith. This one is from getting all the enemies on Mount Gagazet, which the reward for that was the Blossom Crown. Has 550,000 health, 10,000 for overkill. It drops, just like the Tonberry, status strike weapons and status proof armors. It also drops 3 stars and dark matters. It uses a final attack of Ultima, just like final attack, just like every other behemoth enemy. Unless you kill him with a counter, or no, I don't know. That's about it. If you want to use auto life to bring yourself back, that's a good idea. If you want to send out an Aeon before you kill him, that's also a good idea. I think it still counts if you kill him, as killing him. Like, you still get rewards even if he still uses Ultima. I don't know. It works much better, like, in the main game when these guys do it, because you get a game over. But he uses attacks like heave, a heave-like attack, I should say, that does status. Yeah, there we go. Pop fly that inflicts status on a character. Also does a ton of damage. Let's get Yuna back here. I shouldn't have subbed her out. If you want to try to survive Ultima, you can just cast Shell on everybody and hope you pick a god and pray. As you can see, no, I'm not changing her out again. He's gonna use that on her, of course. It's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. I like that it did more damage to Tidus. Did I learn life yet? No. What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. Yeah, just keep going. 500,000 is a lot, though. Let's get you back out. So, well, let's try just killing him. You can just summon an Aeon now. Let's try just kill him. I did it again. Oh my gosh. I'm really embarrassed. Okay, we have we have a chance to not lose. Meta doesn't have high attack. I don't know why I summoned Meta actually. I could probably just undo it and summon Anima, but go for it, Meta. Haha! Oh god, you have high attack. What am I thinking? Survive? Wow, you survived! I'm so proud of you. And we get Dark Matters out of that, okay? And the Punisher, once again, something completely useless for Uni. At least you can sell most of this stuff for a pretty high amount of money. Death Strike, Zombie Strike, Slap. Actually, Strike statuses aren't useless for Yuna and Lulu because, as we saw in the game, we played the game where Lulu was the Death Master, so I can't say that with a straight face. Next up, the Abaddon, which is an actual tough fight. Abaddon has 380,000 health at 10,000 overkill, drops Magic Plus and Magic Defense Plus weapons and armor. It also drops mana tabs and tablets and dark matter. As you can see floating around it, it has null everything. It also has reflect on it, so don't use magic on it. Just don't use magic on it. The annoying thing about him is if you attack him... Oh wow. I thought he countered with it, but I guess not. He uses Pharaoh's Curse, which is really bad. Ooh, a Terga. Wow, I didn't think that would actually kill me. Well, I guess it's also Orban. That did significantly less damage. Can you stop? Actually, I don't really care about you doing that because it makes Orban's thing go up. He's just never gonna get a turn, is he? I could summon, but I don't know. I could try to keep going. Why is your attack so low? I guess he has very high defense also, because he's not even staggering. Interesting. If he's reflecting it off himself. That's what that is. Okay. Finally, you get a turn. We could get Lulu out here because she has some eater stuff, but I don't know. Ow. Can heal up you anyway. Let's try to use Blitz Ace again. You know, because it's just funny to watch. It's not going to do much. When Tidus is overpowered, this can do a nice amount. Or if you use something like the trio of whatever. I did it! Look at that. Yeah, that actually does damage. Yeah, let's use Tornado on him. Why not? I don't think the next enemy is going to be as bad, but we'll see. I'm probably not going to take on the Dark Aeons until I have a bit more sphere completion. Because the Dark Aeons have in the millions of HP. So it's just a little bit tougher. 60,000 damage. Mana focus. My good sir, are you about to murder us? Probably. Why isn't he using Pharaoh's Curse? That's really weird. I thought he does that. Maybe that's what he's saving up for. I have no idea. Withbring can attack him though. Anima just happens to be, like, so unbearably overpowered. Which I guess it works because, you know, she's a secret Aeon. But still. See, that did a measly 300,000 damage. Mana tablet, variable mog. Okay, so the variable mog there. Magic plus 20 and magic plus 5. Okay, so for the final area conquest creation, we have Orban. I'm losing my voice. We have Orban, which is, you know, like a Barbatos enemy. This, surprise, surprise, comes from killing all the enemies in the Omega. The last one was from all the enemies in Sin. This one's from all the enemies in the Omega Ruins. Orban has 630,000 health, so the most of any of the creations thus far. 10,000 once again for its overkill. It drops plus strength and plus defense, weapons, and armor. It drops the Friend Sphere, which is really nice. But I don't know if you want to farm it off of him. He has super high defense, so you can use magic, or anima / mega sisters, or just have celestial weapons, which ignore defense. Ow. Let's just heal you. He can, you know, do that one attack. Obviously, that hits everybody there. He can use Mortar, which hits everybody. He also has another attack which hits the whole party, because, you know, he's rude. Mortar, as you can see, is a counter. So as long as it didn't kill Yuna there, which she doesn't seem to be particularly affected. I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know. Yeah, let's just keep. Nope. Let's just heal you up again. That's rude. That's just rude. It's just plain rude, you know? Okay, so he's not countering this time. He just does it sometimes. Bum, bum. Stabby, stabby. Mortar. Okay, I'm just gonna watch you. No, it definitely did damage to her. Huh. Weird. She's gonna have to heal herself this time, though. As soon as she gets a turn. Of course she gets a turn. She's very fast. Thankfully, this game made our healer a very fast character. Here it is. Body Splash, which just wiped us. Great. Alright. No mercy next time, then. Poor Ord. Separated from his alcohol. You can also steal from all the monsters here, but they don't really have... These guys' enemies don't really have anything particularly important to steal. It's like little things here and there, but it's really not anything special. I can use Banishing Blade on it to try to get the break effects going, if I get it right. Just got it. I always have trouble with that, and I don't know why. It's a little bit nicer. I don't think it, the attack break works on it, though. No, really. Let's try a regular attack. You can counter? No. Okay, good. Guess what I'm gonna do? It's called the trigger. You know, some people think that using the Aeons against all these enemies is cheap and it kind of takes away the thrill of the fight, but you know what? The game is already making me spend... I already spent more than... Look how tiny he is now. I spent more than 20 hours sphere grinding. Like, I'm not gonna spend another hour per enemy encounter because it's, like, not fair. If the game wants to make me do the long fights... There it is. Beautiful. If the game wants to make me do the fights the longer way, then it shouldn't make it so hard to, you know, do everything else. Or so time consuming. But anyway, we are at 21 minutes and we have finished all the enemies there, which means next time, I don't know, maybe we'll start the species conquest. Some of these are actually easy, some of these are not. Some of these are really important, like the Juggernaut here. But we'll see. It's going to be a while before we fight these guys, though. Oh boy. I mean, you can see some of the names here. Catastrophe, Ultima Buster, Shinryu. These are enemies that are... don't want to fight. Don't want to fight at all. Also, the number there just shows the total. It's not like if I want to fight the dingo, let's say, right? It doesn't diminish the amount of dingoes that they own. That's just the total that you've caught, and that's it. So if you want to just keep fighting these guys over and over, and you know, use that to farm power spheres because it's somehow faster, because you can mash the A button, or you somehow installed a turbo on your PS4, go ahead. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. This has been Sephiroth 4 with Final Fantasy X HD. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.